What is up, everybody? Welcome to Crunch Time. You know the drill. You should. It's like month 6 of the season. It's two of the sharpest minds in the industry, plus a weatherman. Some would say the best DFS weatherman ever. But Kirk Dees might argue that because he's got the dew point model. We don't know. What's up, Kirkwood? How are you?
No, see, if we collab together with the dew point model, you could become the best weatherman.
I could.
Yeah.
I could one day become the best weatherman in DFS, man.
Absolutely, but we'll talk another day. We'll talk about that.
Maybe next year.
Once all the lawsuits settle and all that.
That's understood. Yeah. You're ready for baseball to end, but I think your team looks like they're going to make the postseason, so that's good for you.
Yeah, I think so. Last night was the easiest bet ever with Crochet on the hill against Scherzer, who they priced like it was like prime 2016 Max Scherzer. I think they'll win tonight, but. I think they'll sneak in. It's upsetting. The problem is we're helping out the Yankees too at the same time, which is just feels awful. So, we're beating Blue Jays, and so that we're giving the Yankees the ability to win the division.
I see. Okay. Well, you are conflicted, but at least, postseason, that's all that matters. You got a chance to win it all. We got Tasteful Tides in the house as well. Tides, what's up, man?
Yeah, not much. Last baseball show of the year for me. It's been a great season. Really liked working with everybody this year. So looking forward to doing some NBA later on in the fall. But MLB it's been awesome, and I'm ready to do one more slate.
It has been a lot of fun. Glad you've been doing this with us. And yeah, still you're going to be working your way into a bunch of NBA shows, right?
Yeah, and I'll be in the NHL Discord too, doing projections and lineups and stuff. So you can always hit me up in the NHL Discord.
Very good. And then you also dabble.
I think it's the
3 weeks.
7th. No, I think it's the 7th.
Oh,
pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure. Yep.
Okay, it's exciting. We got to talk some weather because we've got this line of storms moving towards New York, and already I've had a bunch of people asking me, what are they going to do? I think there's a decent chance of a delay. If I were them, I would just play it and then get delayed, because by not playing it, you just put yourself in this like awkward, if you have like an hour of dry time and you don't play in that hour, then you've got an hour of storms, and it's like a 2.5 hour late start at that point. So my thought is that they probably just play on time, and there's a decent chance they get an in-game delay in New York. I think that pitching is a thing there, which is unfortunate.
Definitely a thing. And
I can't promise you they get a delay either, because this system should be weakening as it moves in. But personally, I don't love it for pitchers. I think it's fine for hitters. And if you want to do it in a GPP, by all means, I'm not going to stop you. But it is not what I would think is the safe play, and that's kind of where I stand on that. I can try to time that out a little better for you, maybe towards the middle of the show.
It is important, I know that it's kind of a tough thing for you to answer sometimes, but that is a very important spot. So that's like Rodon is projected for around 50%, probably even higher in single entry stuff. Yeah. So that's like the default, cash game single entry guy tonight.
So let's go through pitchers and stacks. And while you guys do that, I will dive a little bit deeper. Just got to the top of the hour. We got new forecast models coming in. So I will look at the very latest, and I'll try to time that out as best I can for you guys. And we'll see if I have a more definitive answer or not. I might not. I don't know. But I can certainly see what the very latest is. In the meantime, let's talk about the pitchers. Obviously, for now, we'll just assume we'll include the New York guy. But walk me through what you're doing, Tides.
Yeah, so if we're including the Yankees game, it's 100% Carlos Rodon. I'm definitely going to be playing him in cash games. I currently have him in cash games. I'm hoping I can keep him there. I currently have him in my single entry team as well. He's not exactly like a strikeout, he's not like a huge strikeout guy, but he is definitely the most talented pitcher on the slate. This isn't like a loaded slate for pitching. So I think that we're pretty much going to have to chase those raw points from Rodon, even if he only strikes out 4 or 5 guys. The Yankees are still playing for stuff. Toronto's been faltering, like Kurt D's mentioned before the show. The Yankees are still playing for first place in the AL East. Like, seeding is really, really important. Like home field is really, really important. So the Yankees are still playing to win here. So I'm assuming Rodon is a full go, assuming the weather holds. The next pitcher that I think has probably the highest upside other than Rodon is Nolan McLean. He's showing pretty good stuff. I don't think he's going to be really, really highly owned. I think he's probably the next highest raw point guy in the slate. So if Rodon is not safe enough for people in cash games, I think you could go down to McLean. Or you could go down to Imanaga at 8,500. And then I suppose maybe Parker Messick, but I think Messick is more of like a GPP guy. I'd probably play Imanaga in cash over Messick, but it's pretty close. And then, for some projection systems, mainly the bat, love Emerson Hancock today at 6K against the absolutely horrible Colorado Rockies. It's really definitely like a really nice salary saving piece. I don't know if he has like a ton of upside, but I think he's okay as a salary saving guy. So I don't hate it. I know that the bat's giving him as like the SP2 in cash. I don't know if I absolutely love that, but it's definitely okay just because the Rockies are so horrible. And then I think the only other person I'd add is Michael Lorenzen, just because he is such an amazing strikeout matchup against the Angels. But Lorenzen's not a huge strikeout guy. He's only around 20% K rate guy. So it's not like he's got huge K upside. It's just the team that he's facing is absolutely horrible when it comes to strikeouts. So I think he's worth a look in GPP.
Got to talk about how stretched out Hancock is. Mundo says he's been pitching as a reliever in the minors. John says, how many innings for him? Do we have pitch? Because already, I don't think we love the dude. And now are there pitch count concerns as well, Tim?
Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. I'm glad this was brought up because the bat has him for 72. Our RG guys have him at 38. So that's a huge difference.
I mean, he's unplayable at 38, right?
Yeah, probably unplayable at 38. But if say we get somewhere in the middle though, so say we get someone like around 55, something like that, then I don't think he's unplayable. Then I think you could still play that. Like, I don't think there's a ton of raw points at pitching today. I don't think the opportunity cost is massive here. So let's say we get 55 out of Hancock or something, somewhere near there, and he gets you that, 12, 13, 15 points. I think that's okay. Just because I don't think we have a ton of ceiling at pitching. But go ahead.
Would you rather just play like Mitch Ferris for the same price and at least get a full run, or does he just suck so bad that you're like, I don't want to play that dude?
I don't really want to play Mitch Ferris.
Yeah,
I actually kind of like the bats against him today, but I come from like a single entry 3-max perspective. I think Mitch Ferris can be in the pool if you're playing, a 10-team set or a 20-team portfolio, something like that. I think Mitch Ferris is okay. It's just that's a really, really interesting issue with this Hancock pitch count thing, because 38 is not enough. Right. But if he can get into the 50s, I think that is enough. So at least on this slate, so it's kind of a tough situation. And for that reason, I'm not going to be playing Hancock at least in cash games, just because I don't really know what's going on in this situation. It's a really tough thing. I think Hancock's a tournament only play.
Okay. And I'm going to make this harder for you right now and just say, like, models are in pretty good agreement about rain in New York around 8 o'clock. And models can be wrong, right? This is not what will definitely happen, but forecast models think that by around 8 o'clock, there's going to be storms moving into New York City. And that's kind of at the point you get an hour in, It's not quite half a game, but it's enough where I don't know if they would delay and then run a guy back out there after that. So I do have legitimate delay concerns in New York.
All right. So probably not a cash game play today then.
I think the issue is that every slate is different. Normally I'd be like, no, you can't do it. But if you're telling me we're considering playing a guy who's might pitch 38 freaking pitches, then maybe I realize he's 10-8 and you want 100 pitches from him. But I think there's legitimate delay risk in New York. So I don't think it's a safe play there to get a full game. Boy, Kirkwood looks pissed at me. He is just livid.
I'm not pissed at all. I
I
kind of liked it. I haven't been talking at all. I like
Well, Kirkwood, let's kick it to you. Let me get your thoughts here. It seems like we've got one good option at pitcher and there's rain risk there. What are you doing?
He's the option, but let me just be clear. You don't want to play Hancock tonight. He's been pitching out of the bullpen. It's a bullpen game. It is the matchup that he a lot of strikeout upside and stuff, but he pitched 17 pitches the last time he even pitched, which was, he's been coming out of the pen.
Yeah.
And he's also terrible and has let me pull up what I know his strikeout rate is going to be insanely low, but I know each side of the plate. So he's striking out 12% of right-handed batters. I mean, you can just not play him. If you want to, for just a little bit more, you can play Lorenzen, which is what Taysom Tide was saying. He at least can go. He just went over 100 pitches. He went like 116 pitches in his last outing. He can go full length, and he gets just as good of a strikeout matchup. He's not a big strikeout pitcher, but he should be. Give him the length of time for the pitch. He should get a bump there, so he should come out okay. So. It stinks not being able to play Rodon if that's what you're telling us, but I think Imanaga is fine. Like Tim was saying, 8,500 is certainly a fine price too. I think you can go Parker Messick, but there's risk with all of these guys a little bit, and the risk is that they're all like in these heated playoff contention, like McLean for the Mets. I think he's fine. But the problem is if these guys get into trouble, they're going to be this is a playoff game, essentially. So they're going to be out. Each manager is going to have a short lease on his guys that aren't performing, and if they are performing, is going to leave them out there. So, so I guess without Rodon, it would be Messick, Imanaga, or McLean, and then probably pair him with Lorenzen.
Yeah. Okay. And to be clear, I'm not saying you can't play Rodon. I just don't think it's a safe move. I think a delay is fairly likely, and my guess would be it would come kind of towards the middle of the game, maybe early middle of the game. So it's not it ain't the safe thing to do. But again, maybe there's a delay and they run him back out there and it's fine. Maybe the rain lightens up and they just play through some rain. These are all possible outcomes. But another very possible outcome is they get a delay in the fourth inning, and that's his night. So that's where we are on that. Let's talk about the stacks and the bats. Kirkwood, you can lead us off in that one.
All right. As far as hitting goes, the Yankees are the clear top choice. Even with a delay, that shouldn't matter for them. It's what you're really playing. First of all, they're in a great matchup against the White Sox. They're going to just pour it on. Aaron Judge is going to be going for more homers against a terrible bullpen. If they don't walk him, he'll probably hit one. At least one again. All these guys, massive home run upside. So I think they're the clear top stack. I think next best is probably the Mariners, who are in they've wrapped up the division, but they're now playing for potentially the top overall record in the AL.
Crazy.
It's crazy. They've come. So it's between Toronto, the Yankees, and them. So they're just a game back now. So they're right there. So, and they were hitting homers right off the bat. The funny thing is I was trying to do a home run parlay last night, and it timed out on, the game had started just when I was like pushing.
You're just about to hit.
And they both of my guys hit it in the first inning that I was just trying to parlay.
Damn
and I
it.
was they both
So
hit it in the first inning. It was awful.
That's so much worse than just losing a bet. It hurts
Yeah.
way worse than losing a bet.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's like winning a bet, but not. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. I was in a good mood from the Red Sox, but I was trying to pour it on. I mean, all these guys have home run upside. This is they're against the Rockies. Blaylock, terrible. Bullpen, terrible. All these guys like Rosarina, Raleigh, J-Rod, Naylor, Polanco, Suarez, even Canzone, they all have home run upside 1 through 7. So I really like them as a stack too, and they'll keep pouring it on. And then the next is probably I like the Red Sox tonight. It's a bullpen game for Toronto, and they're just free falling. I think the Red Sox are going to pour it on again and keep it going. And I think you could, if you want to get sneaky tonight, I think you could pitch Bello. And now the problem is he has no strikeout upside, really, but he does have a little bit. But I think he could pitch a really efficient game in this, and on a slate like that's what you need. What we're all trying to find, like a safe pitcher now, because we can't play Rodon if that's the way you're going. So he's going to be extremely low owned. He's probably not the best play, but I personally like it. I have faith in him. But I don't like anyone. I don't like any other stacks besides, I guess, the Royals, if I didn't mention them. So Yanks, Mariners, Red Sox, Royals, and then that's all I like. And I think you can play some of these Angels bats too against Lorenzen for home run upside as well. But I would make that a skinny stack probably.
Yeah. Okay. Tim, talk to me about your favorite stacks.
I think I prefer. It's pretty close for me between the Mariners and the Yankees. They're clearly like the 1A, 1B. It's one of those two as the top stacks. I think I might lean Seattle, but it's super close. But yeah, I like the Royals as my number 3 going up against Mitch Ferris. That should get you off, I think, a lot of ownership today, because I imagine the Yanks and the Mariners are going to be pretty popular, and I think the Royals are going to be a little bit less chalky. So I do like the Royals quite a bit here. I think Kirkwood mentioned the Red Sox. I do like the Red Sox quite a bit as well. They're definitely going to be less popular. So I think Boston's a really, really strong value today. One-offs against Lorenzen, I think is fine. With the Angels, I think Ward is out of that lineup, which is kind of too bad, because he would be one of those guys I'd be looking to one-off. Yeah, it looks like Ward is out. So I think that lineup takes a little bit of a hit, but I still think you can get some one-offs there. Other than that, I don't know if I really like anyone in terms of like full stacking.
Yeah. Okay. Lock, to be clear, is at 40 after, right? It's the Cleveland game. It is.
Yep. 640. Yeah. Yep. That's
right,
the lock for DK. And then FanDuel's just a 5-game main slate that starts at 705. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go around the horn, go position by position. And I think we'll be able to get in everything under the 640 buzzer, and we'll probably take some questions too.
Yep. Sounds good. Cal Raleigh at 6,300. He's definitely the top overall catcher.
It seems too cheap, right? Like,
I mean, it's like he's so amazing. I think it's a pretty cool story as well. So, like, yeah, I mean, he's fun to root for. So he's definitely a really strong play. But he is expensive. So if you want to go a little cheaper to somebody like Ben Rice or Salvador Perez, those two are probably your cash game catchers, Perez or Ben Rice. I think I'd probably lean Ben Rice, but it's pretty close. And then if you want to punt catcher, I think, like Connor Wong at 2,400, I think is okay as just like a pure punt play.
Yeah. Kirk, your thoughts at catcher for me?
I was just looking up the Cal Raleigh odds for MVP. He's now pulled out in favor, minus 250 right now.
Is it that they might now win the division or win?
Judge hit 2 homers, but then he came right back. Raleigh hit one right off the bat. I mean, the guy's a catcher. That's the hardest absolute position to play. Your body gets, takes a beating, and for him to do that and also make this team, potentially have the best record in the AL. Yeah,
Hand it
and
to him.
Judges has already had it before, like. So
I'm with you. It comes to a point where like something new and different is like, even if it's close, you're like, give me the new guy. Like give the new guy a
give
shot.
me Big Dumper. I mean, if your name is Big Dumper and you have a season like this, like come on, voters.
Case closed. Yeah. You are, to be fair, as the chat would like to remind you, a certified Yankee hater.
No, I am. Absolutely, but there's no bias in this opinion right now. That's just the fact. If it was a Yankee catcher doing this, I would give it up for him.
Yeah, you wouldn't. But okay, are we a catcher? Yeah, you wouldn't. Did you do catcher or no? I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, all right.
No,
catcher first.
Yeah, catcher. So you got good plays at catcher, all of them. Ben Rice is a great play. Salvador Perez is a great play. Cal Raleigh is a great play. You can play from there. You can play Austin Wells, looking for a home run upside, batting 7th for the Yanks. You can play Logan O'Hoppe, batting 6th for the Angels, who has home run upside. So, like all those guys, it just depends on what the price is. Obviously, I would like Cal Raleigh the best if we weren't talking about price, but if you have the funds, play him. If not, feel confident with Rice, Salvi, or then even Austin Wells or O'Hoppe.
Yeah. Okay. First base.
Okay. First base, Ben Rice is first base eligible as well. Josh Naylor, I really like for Seattle. So we're gonna be saying the team, like our favorite stacks. It's a small slate, so we're gonna have all the players from those teams. So we're gonna be talking about Yankees, we're gonna be talking about Mariners and Royals, pretty much each position. But Vinny P, it is Thursday. I don't know what Thursday is for Vinny P. Chad, help me out. I can't remember if there's.
Is it Tortellini?
No, because that's Tortellini Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe we can't play him. That's what it is. But anyways, he's a good play. Josh Naylor's a good play. Pete Alonso is also probably like a lower owned good play for the home run upside. Bunch of good bats here. Vlad potentially could be good. He was upset that he got ejected last night, rightfully so. But other than that, that's it pretty much. So it's Ben Rice, Josh Naylor, Vinny P, and Alonso.
D Fresh says Thin Spaghetti Thursday. We'll take it. It at least has the TH sound to go along with Thursday. I'm gonna allow it.
Close, kind of thin spaghetti. That's a category because it's spaghetti, thin spaghetti, then angel hair. No, there's actually a thin.
Mm-hmm.
What about Derek that said tiramisu Thursday?
Yeah, a little sweet. He likes it sweet, but we're talking about pasta.
It's the hard tea. It's different food type. Okay, Tim, your thoughts at first.
Yeah, there's 3 guys right there in like the mid 4s: Ben Rice, Josh Naylor, Vinny P. It's probably Ben Rice for cash. I really do like Naylor and Vinny P for GPPs. I think they're both really, really strong plays. If you're looking for like a cheaper option at first, Nolan Chanel at 3,300, I think is a decent play batting leadoff. So I think he can be like a value first baseman, and so can Blaine Crim batting 3rd against Emerson Hancock. So those are a couple of cheap guys if you don't want to pay up at the position.
Let's go to second, everybody's favorite spot. Tim, what do we got?
Yeah, I mean, if you have the money, Jazz Chisholm, but he's really expensive, and I don't think that's something that you necessarily have to do. You've got Jorge Polanco under 4K, so at 3,900, I think Polanco's a pretty strong play. Chase Medroth at 2,900 against Rodon, I think he's a decent, value leadoff guy, but I'm not looking to like stack the White Sox or anything. I think he's just like a decent value play. And so is Christian Moore batting 6th against Lorenzen. I think he's decent. And if you just want to full out punt it, you got Michael Massey at 2,200. I currently have Massey in my primary single entry team just because I'm 5-man stacking the Royals.
Okay. Second base, Kirkwood.
Polanco. I like he's the most reasonable for the price. I do like Jazz, obviously, 5,700. I just love the fact that he's always running the bases if he's not homering. tough to fit him in, but I like him if you can. Romy Gonzalez is a guy you can play for the Red Sox, batting 5th tonight. And yeah, I guess for cash you could pay Chase Midroth, but there's just not a lot of upside with him. And then I prefer to try to get up at the lowest point would be to try to get up to Nico Horner at least, but or no, Polanco. I would just get to Polanco actually. Yeah, there's not a lot to like here. Christian Moore, sure, he could homer. He also strikes out a ton. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. You get to go to third base. What are we doing there?
Garcia has been awesome for the Royals lately, leading off. You know, for the season he's had, have to like him. Eugenio Suarez, you want the home run upside against that Colorado bullpen. He certainly provides it. Jose Ramirez is going to be the forgotten guy at the price. So for GPPs, definitely like that. Moncada, I think you could go for a home run against Lorenzen and Alex Bregman. And I'm totally fine playing even Ryan McMahon for the Yankees, and even though he's batting 9th. Yeah. He's just cheap. Get some Yankees exposure.
Sure. Tim, your thoughts at third?
Yeah, Miguel Garcia at 4,400, batting leadoff, I think is a pretty strong play. Alex Bregman, I think, is fine at 42. Eugenio Suarez, I like quite a bit. Kirk, you just mentioned Ryan McMahon. I think he's fine. The bottom of that Yankee stack. Jose Ramirez is always really interesting, and I don't know. Yeah, he's not looking like he's going to be very chalky, so he's definitely the spend up to be different guy. I don't really love ever stacking the Guardians, but he's definitely a one-off that you can get to. I mean, he's a big power, and he's got some speed too, so he can get you fantasy points in multiple ways. So I don't mind one-offing Jose Ramirez.
Okay, I believe that brings us to the shortstop position, Tides.
Yeah, so this is where I'm making up one of my pretty big spends here, and that's going to be Bobby Witt. I think he's a really, really strong play today. I talked about how much I like the Royals, so he's definitely my first guy in. If you're looking to save a little bit, I think Trevor Story's okay as well. The punt is Gabriel Reyes at 2,900. Maybe Ezequiel Tovar at 35. But anybody else for me would just be in a stack. Like, I don't want to play like Volpe by himself. That would just only be as part of a Yankee stack.
Yeah. Okay. Kirkwood, your thoughts?
Bobby Baseball leading the way, number 1 for Bobby Witt Jr. Trevor Story is my favorite. No bias, no Red Sox bias there at all. Volpe, yeah, you can play him. It stinks. He's probably going to make a bunch of errors in the field, but you can play him. Lindor is in play. I guess if you need a punt, Gabriel Arias for Cleveland at 2,900, batting 5th would be the guy would go. And then, if Rodon doesn't pitch, you could end up with some more righties in this game. And Colson Montgomery for 4K is always has that home run upside, so could be kind of a sneaky play.
Okay, bring us to the outfield, Kirky. What are we doing?
All right, Aaron Judge. He's pretty good. Had a great season. It's number 2. Hopefully, he'll be number 2 in the MVP voting. But obviously, he's going for as many home runs he can fit in. Trent Grisham is just. Every time I'm like turn away, I get like some alert that's like Trent Grisham just homered. It feels like huge upside, 4,400 leading off. I mean, it's great play. Julio is a great play. Rodriguez, Rosarina, I like. If you need a cheap punt outfielder for some upside, Randall Grichuk has always hit left-handed pitching well. Ferris is not a good pitcher at all. And so he does have the platoon there. You can do that. I like Stanton. I would normally like Santander, but he hasn't been, he's been out for so long. He looked awful last night to me. I wouldn't touch him tonight. But he's cheap. There's home run upside. I get it. And Bayo gives up a lot of contact, albeit mostly ground balls. But I get it if you want to try to swing for home run upside, but I wouldn't do it. Mike Trout, God, 4,300 Trout. Yeah, why not? Cody Bellinger, and then this George Valera at 2,700 batting second for Cleveland is fine if you need a punt. And people aren't. Yoshida for the Red Sox has been on fire, and he's still 3,100. He's batting cleanup. I love that play.
Yeah. Okay. Tides, your thoughts there in the old outfield? We still have 7 minutes until lock.
Yeah, Aaron Judge is the other, big spend today. Definitely in cash games. If you don't want to play Judge in tournaments, because he is going to be fairly high owned. I do like guys like Julio Rodriguez and Arozarena for that Mariners stack. I like Jarren Duran as well, right around that same price point as those Mariners guys. 4,500 for Duran, I think, is pretty solid. Trent Grisham at 4,400, he's definitely cash game viable. Definitely should be part of those Yankee stacks. So I think he's a pretty solid play. Joe Dell, he might strike out 2 times against not a very high strikeout pitcher, but he also might hit 2 home runs. So I think he's worth a look in GPPs. Grichuk is fine as well as a punt. And then there's also George Valera for the Guardians at 2,700, batting second. So I think Valera might be, maybe a slightly better value, but I think it's really close. There's Dominic Canzone as well at 3,300 that I like quite a bit in really probably any format. Part of that Mariners stack, I think that's a pretty strong play. And then I think that's really it in terms of value guys.
Yeah. Okay. The people want some home run calls. They're always clamoring for some bombs. Judge and the Dumper, they're both going yard. They're in a battle. They're in a home run off. But let's do some names that are not obvious. Tides, why don't you pick me a few guys here who are going to go yak tonight?
I'll go Miguel Garcia. He's plus 600 on Draftkings. I like him. He's going to be somewhat popular, but not super chalky. Then after that, I want to find a Red Sox. I'll go Jarren Duran at plus 640.
Okay. Kirkwood, you got a few names?
Dominic Canzone, the Canzone. I like him for home run upside. He's only 3,300, but you could bet it too as well. Other than that, the home run off is great. I think Randy Arozarena is going to get into the mix tonight for Seattle. So those are my guys.
Okay. Very good. I want to make sure that people are getting the best deal in the industry. I'm not sure if they're aware but that deal can be found right here at RotoGrinders, but not on the links that I currently have up. You know what you should do is you should sign up for Combo Pro, because instead of just paying for one sport, it's $74.99. You get NFL, and that's great. We've got awesome NFL content. We got tools, we got projections, we got sims. But instead of doing that, why wouldn't you just get all the sports for $79.99? It's just $5 more for your first month. That's $40 off what it normally costs. And now you're mixing in the rest of baseball, NBA, college football, PGA, MMA, NHL, LOL, shoot them in the face, whatever, Call of Duty, COD. We got them all. So make sure that you are signing up. I think we have, I might be lying about all the video game ones we have. Tides, do we still have video game projections? Do you know?
We sure do.
We do. Okay. Yeah, there you have it. We do indeed. Oh, yeah.
You think Cheese is playing without projections at 4 a.m.?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We're 3-4 minutes until lock. If you got any questions, get them in. Jumping in the Discord. Freed Castillo in. Oh, that was yesterday. Never mind.
Should we look at the weather one more time or no?
I just did. I just still think there's a pretty decent shot of rain in like an hour and a half. Like, I think there's probably going to be rain around 8 o'clock.
So if you don't want to play that, I think Imanaga Lorenzen is probably the pairing for cash.
Okay.
You think so, Tides? You think the same?
I'm going Imanaga and Lorenzen. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about it, but
I'm sorry.
There's too many question marks with Rodon. There's too many question marks with Hancock's pitch count. So it's like I'm just going the two next safest guys, but they're definitely not. Nobody's safe. So, yeah.
Brian C. with the most important question of the night, Tides. Usually this is for cheese only, but this one is for you tonight. Is Ben Rothvet a must-have tonight?
No.
He's not. I don't even think he's playing.
He's not.
But we still have to ask the question every night. It's become a bit.
I know.
We keep it rolling.
He's not. He's not on the slate.
Your favorite three, Tides, I'll get this one to you. Your favorite three bats, DK Cash.
So definitely Witt and Judge. And then it kind of depends on what you're doing at pitching. Maybe so Witt and Judge, and then
cheap. We need something cheap.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with where did he go? Oh, George Valera.
Okay. Let's see what else we've got. Who's your showdown captain? Are either you playing showdown tonight? I guess Thursday night football.
I've been working on this today a little bit.
Let's hear it. Who you got? What's the captain?
I'm between three.
Okay.
The lineup I like the best, I ended up playing with Kyler Murray at captain. And you're hoping you can get some rushing out of him potentially tonight. I'm fading Darnold probably. So the other one I'm looking at Charbonnet potentially, and then just loading up, or Benson as well. But the final version for me has Kyler Murray. So it's between Murray, Benson, and Charbonnet.
He has.
You obviously could play in Jigba. You could definitely do that. He's in my lineup. Just don't have my captain. You could look for a bounce back. For Marvin Harrison Jr. after just looking so awful. It's a tough defensive matchup for him. But sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine. I was look at that majestic cat. First off, God, every time I'm just so jealous of those cuddles.
Ian, just so everybody knows, there is going to be a showdown show tonight at 7:30 with TJ and Chop. So
there you go.
Yep.
The field in your plays plums of the night, whatever he says, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're feeling it in your plums, yeah, that's a good sign. Kyler Murray, when he runs, he moves he's just got the tiniest little hilarious strides. When he runs,
You're just a short hater. You're such a short hater.
I don't know. It's just so funny watching him run, but then he's moving. He's outrunning people on occasion. It's just every time I see him scramble, I'm like, there's no way and then he gets some yards out of it. Any good player props you want to add? Kirk, would you make any bets on player props? Oh, no, last minute weather in Cleveland. Joseph, weather looks good in Cleveland.
Yeah, I made no bet for tonight for props.
Yeah. I've got no props either.
Okay. Roth hates short people. Kirk hates the NYPD. Neither of those things are true. Those things are not true.
One's a little more true than the other, probably.
Yeah. But which one? You'll never know. We've hit the lock. There you go. We've at least hit FanDuel lock if you have, or what? We've hit DraftKings lock.
We hit DraftKings. Yeah.
So that's all that matters.
All right. We got a few questions coming in. Let's hit a few of these before we bounce out of here real quick. DK Cash, I'm giving both of these to you, Tides. Lorenzen, Imanaga, and do we need to get to Judge?
I think you need to go get the Judge.
Okay, and then Lorenzen or Imanaga. Oh, the question was, probably Lorenzen, Imanaga, like both of them, and your answer was yes, that's what you're doing.
Yeah,
yeah. Is there a usable second baseman on DK? Kirkwood, I'm coming to you. 3,100 or less. I'm currently using Medrath, large field GPP.
Yeah, he's the guy. I wouldn't want to play Chris Taylor. You could play Acuna potentially, Ron's brother, batting ninth. But I think unfortunately that's where you're gonna have to go, Medrath. But he's batting leadoff, so it's like how bad can he be? But he doesn't have a lot of upside.
Yeah. Okay. Very good, guys. We did all the things that we came here to do. I think we can clear on out. I will do not play Ron's brother. This is advice from producer Steve. He is aware that he is not a good play. Let's clear on out of here. For Tides, for Kirkwood, for our wonderful production crew, always working hard behind the scenes. Our second to last weekday show, my second to last day show. Always fun having you guys hanging out. We appreciate you. We love you. And we will catch you tomorrow. You have